Hello, my name's Alex Lowe's. I ride for Team Samsung Honda. I'm going to take you for a spin around Cadwell Park, my home track, in the Nissan GT-R. So we're at Cadwell Park, which is one of the most exciting tracks that we go to on the BSB calendar. So we're just going down the start and finish straight now. It's sort of fifth gear, which is the second fastest part of the track, really. Yeah, second fastest part of the track, fifth gear, back one gear into coppice, which is for me one of the most scary corners on the track because it's quite blind on the way in. It's so fast and you're approaching at such high speeds, it happens really quickly and you can't quite see where you need to be. So it's dead important to get this one right, and it definitely takes some learning. So for the guys that are at Cadwell for the first time, it's definitely a difficult one to get right. But then we're into turn two, which is it's quite tricky, but it's back from fourth gear back to third gear. It's difficult to get into the corner. Once you're in the corner, the camber's against you, and it's more about keeping the line and getting a good speed through there and to drive up the hill, which ultimately leads onto the back straight. You stay in third gear for the second part of Charlie's, which is there's some difficult bumps on the way in. Once you get past the bumps, you can run in quite fast then, and obviously the corner leads onto the fastest part of the track, the back straight. So you want to be getting out of that corner as good as you can, not only for the speed up the straight, but also for the passing opportunity which comes at the end of the straight. This is the fastest part of the track, sixth gear on my bike. I use all 6 gears around Cadwell, and I think it's up 170 miles an hour, which doesn't sound too fast compared to some of the other tracks we go to, but Cadwell's not very wide, and with the rise up the back straight here, the bike tends to wheelie and slide and spin, so it definitely does feel like one of the fastest points that we race on. And then hard on the brakes, back from sixth gear to second gear for park corner, which is not too difficult, but you've got to make sure you're good on the brakes there to stop people from passing you. We're coming up to one of my most favourite parts of the track, really, Chris Curve. Now it's second gear at park, short shift to third for the first apex of Chris Curve. Go in there quite fast, don't run out too wide. There's a couple of bumps just there, which is so just after the apex, you have to just watch the back starts to slide there, and then accelerate, keep third gear right to the rev limiter, but the rear tyre slides all the way around, so it's quite exciting. It's also as your tyres goes off during the race, it's important that you don't lose too much time there. So that's one of my most favourite corners, obviously because the bike moves a lot, and I think I get on quite well there. I stay in third gear on the entrance of the gooseneck, which is one of the most difficult corners because it's a fast chicane, but in the middle there's like a jump, so the bike lose grip really easy. So it's important to not rush in there too fast and make sure you respect the change of direction, because there is a jump there. So that's quite a difficult corner, and one you need to pay a lot of attention to. It does catch a lot of people out. It's then downhill to hard on the brakes into Mansfield, which is second gear, and it's a hard corner because you're so downhill. When you're approaching it, you feel like you can go faster, but obviously you can't because you feel like you're going to go over the top of the bike. But when you get there, the camber actually helps you once you're in the corner. So you sort of have to brake, stop the bike from sliding too much on the way in, and then let off the brake. You can run a lot of corner speed. We then come into the new chicane, which has not been in too long. It's back to first gear, and it's you can't gain too much time here, but you can lose a lot. So it's important just to get in there okay, get through the chicane, and really get a good acceleration coming out. Like I said, it's a corner that you can't gain too much time. You just need to make sure you're solid through there, and not doing anything silly. But also, you have to be wary of people diving up the inside. The bottom of the mountain is obviously the most famous part of Cadwell Park. It's second gear. Camber really helps you on the way in on the left. It's probably one of the most famous parts of the track. And then you flick right, you've got the mountain, which obviously is which is Cadwell Park really, with the jump, and it's really exciting. It's actually it's not too scary once you've done it a few times. You've got a bit of experience with it, but it's just you're just so concentrating so hard on just keeping the bike smooth, keeping it. You don't want to be losing control, jumping too much, or wheeling and not driving. So I try and be as smooth as I can over there and get a good acceleration before Hall Bends. Now, Hall Bends is a difficult part of the track. It's one line. It's quite physical on the bike. On a superbike, you have to be dead aggressive with the bike to get the bike from right to left. You're still in second gear all the way through this section until the hairpin, but it's one line, like I said, and you just got to make sure you're so precise. So at the end of the race is when your concentration could be going a little bit. This is where you need to be really on the money and making sure you're hitting your spots every time. So it's important to get in a good rhythm at Cadwell Park for that reason. Sometimes the racing line is so narrow you can't afford to mess up. This slowest part of the track now, the hairpin, it's first gear, right back down to first gear, and it's a corner I don't like too much. It's quite difficult on the way in. You've got like a big rise and the bike moves, and then I just focus on getting around and getting out as fast as I can. But yeah, that's not a too tricky part. But barn corner is, which is the last corner. So it's important that you get a good run out of barn onto the start and finish straight. But also you can lose a lot of time on the way in if the bike's not working too well. So the bike setup needs to be good at Cadwell Park. You need to be precise with your lines, and you need to relax and have fun, because it's so easy to tense up around Cadwell with the tightness of the track and the scariness of the jump. So yeah, I really enjoy this place. It's my home track. It's a track I grew up on, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the races here at Cadwell Park. Hopefully it's going to be fun, and can have some close racing.